Good morning, Monday morning. Good morning break. I'm Rob Patz. And of course, you knew of any week that the show was happening. And of course, the day after the Super Bowl. Now, it could have been, there could have been, and my wife talks about, there could have been two different, there's obviously possibility that the Seahawks were going to lose. And how would I react to the morning break on Monday if the Seahawks had lost? That did not happen. Even broke out the Seahawks mug for today. Yes, Seahawks hoodie, though it's not appropriate attire probably for the morning break, but it is what it is. Hawks win Super Bowl 60. Kind of an interesting overall Super Bowl, and I like I talked about it here on the show. I'm a football guy. I played football, played quarterback. And it was kind of one of those, it was a weird vibe game early on. Like Seahawks were kicking field goals like crazy, and 9-0, and it felt like, and it's always the worrisome thing is it felt like they were hanging around and like just one play would do it. That did not happen. And of course, for all the people that didn't like New England, and I have issues, trust me, I have issues. We should have run the ball a few years ago. But as John Schneider said, who's the GM of the Seahawks, okay, I think that's done now. He was asked about that at the post game. He goes, I think that's done now. And I agree wholeheartedly with him. That is over. By the way, the great folks at 7 Weeks Coffee, 7weekscoffee.com. Use the promo code ATV10 when you order. Listen, and I talked about this a lot. I love coffee. Grew up around coffee. Grew up drinking coffee from a family where coffee was a big part of every day. And I love their coffee. I love their message, and of course you can't beat that. But 7 Weeks Coffee, their small batch, small roasted coffee is incredible. And you can get it at 7weekscoffee.com. Use the promo code ATV10. Now do what my wife did. Now don't listen to me because I love dark roast, but listen to my wife. And she said, order the variety pack. And for some people, hey, listen, you might like just a little bit of a lighter blend. Maybe you like a touch of caramel in your coffee. Then you'd want the morning blend. There's all kinds of different, get the variety pack. I love them all. There's nothing like a short roast coffee. That's 7weekscoffee.com. Use the promo code ATV10. Everything is beautiful today, including our look-in cam from the great folks at my-snackies.com. Looking in at Gatlinburg. How incredibly cool is that? And how beautiful is it there today? It is beautiful because the Seahawks won. I think that's what we're going to say. It is a gorgeous day. My-snackies.com. It's football season's over, but there's always a need for my-snackies. You've got baseball right around the corner. Maybe you are a baseball mom or dad who has to make sure the team is set. Less sugar in freeze-dried snacks. So go to my-snackies.com and use the promo code ATV10 when you order or when you call in. Tell them that you heard about it on our show. So awesome. Great folks at my-snackies.com. Love them. Love Donnie Young and everybody there. And they're doing great work. It's so delicious food. But back to the Seahawks really quick, because I had to get the business part of this morning out of the way. It was just a good effort. Now, listen, I have a friends group, and if you watched our special on the net where we did a Super Bowl special on Abundant TV, I was one of the co-hosts of that, or was a guest actually, and it's for Men Like Us. They did their Super Bowl special, and I was catching heat for the fact that I like pizza rolls, and I do, and so yesterday I tried something different. Okay, went to the store, got the pizza rolls, and was going down the aisle. I was going to get ranch dressing because I like ranch. I'm from Minnesota originally, and we put ranch on everything, right? I was going down the aisle, and just a moment, it caught my eye. It changed my perspective. It made me think differently, made me think out of the box. And I grabbed some Chick-fil-A sauce and tried it on pizza. Life-changing, ladies and gentlemen. Completely life-changing moment. It was amazing. My buddies in group chat, we're still making fun of the fact that I act like I'm 12 years old eating pizza, little pizza bites and the whole thing. But you know what? It was really good. Had a great Sunday service. It was just an awesome Sunday. And yes, it's a great day. It's one of those days you feel good as somebody who loves sports, and I do. Yesterday was a good day. It would have been a great day either way, but it was a really awesome day. Seahawks win. They are Super Bowl 60 champions, arguably. And this morning, lot of talk that maybe the best team, at least of the last couple of decades, to win the Super Bowl. It was a dominant effort, and I like Drake May. I think the kid's got a great future. What a cool testimony that he has, and how bold he is about Jesus. And I love that. It was just not his day yesterday. Tough day. Seahawks win. Maybe the last time you see me in a hoodie on television, at least this hoodie, because it's not very dressy. But hey, listen, we're celebrating. It is the Monday after the Super Bowl, and it's just a lot of fun. If you're like me, you got to detox after all the bad food. And one of the great things you can do is get some coffee. It's my coffee. It's my favorite coffee. I'll get that right. 7 Weeks Coffee. Let's check it out. When we come back, Hank Erwin, Gap 26, going to be with us. We're going to talk about everything Gap 26, his life, and all the cool things going on.
Behind every precious life, there was a choice. Behind every family moment, behind every special memory, there was a choice. A life of joy, a life that is beautifully and wonderfully made. At 7 Weeks Coffee, we are funding the pro-life movement, one cup at a time. Will you let your coffee serve a greater purpose?
Thanks to great folks. 7 Weeks Coffee. Remember to use the promo code ATV10. 7 Weeks Coffee, 7weekscoffee.com. Use the promo code ATV10. Super excited about our guest today. Hank Erwin is with us. Hank is, I believe you said you are the founder of Gap 26. Is that correct? You are.
That's right.
Founder.
I'm the founder and CEO of Gap 26, located in Nashville, Tennessee.
And tell everybody, because they're not as savvy as I am, because they may not have heard about Gap 26. Tell everybody how you came up with the idea, Hank, first, and then what it is overall.
Oh, wonderful. I like to tell you that. But first of all, let me just say that commercial on 7 Weeks Coffee, I'm going to buy it wherever it is because they're standing for pro-life.
Oh, we lost Hank. He was there and then he was gone. We're going to do this. We'll do this. We'll talk for just a minute. I'm thinking Hank will be back. It's no problem. This is kind of stuff that happens. Hey, listen, we'll talk a little bit about a couple things coming up for us while Hank reestablishes his connection. One of the great things coming up for us next week, and follow us on social media, Kristen and I, we're going to be back in Nashville for the NRB. It's going to be a great time. We're excited about that. We're looking forward to it. And hopefully Hank gets everything back together, because this is a cool event that he has coming up, and we want to talk to him about it. And goodness, I don't know what completely happened there, but he is gone. And hopefully somebody from his team is watching, and they can get him squared away. But we'll talk about that. But we will be in Nashville coming up, and for NRB, National Religious Broadcasters. If you haven't been, and you are a broadcaster, you should check it out. And you need to do something in that field. We'd love to meet you. You can contact us. You know what we're going to do? We're going to quickly head to break. Come back. We'll do that right after this. Yes, great event coming up in Orlando. It's U.S. Christian Chamber of Commerce. If you own a business, man, you need to be a part of that. We love Crystal Parker and the great folks at U.S. Christian Chamber of Commerce. And I can say that, and I say it from the fact they are not just an advertiser on the network. I am on the President's Council for the U.S. Christian Chamber of Commerce, and their heart is amazing. I sit in the meetings, the board meetings, and it's a great event. Orlando coming up in April. You need to be a part of it. I think my buddy is back. Hank, are you with us? Little technical thing there.
We had a technical thing, but that always happens when you're doing live TV or radio. So
yes.
We just roll with the punch.
Yes, you just roll with it. But hey, give everybody, I want to talk about Gap 26. Let's talk about it. Tell everybody what it is and how they can get involved, because I love this. I love this. And now I want to say something. I didn't tell Hank this ahead of time. My dad was an evangelist. So we traveled all over. I love what you're doing, because, when you do revival type situation, you can only go to one city at a time when you're a pastor. But what Hank and his team are doing is so incredible and is such a God moment. He is trying to get people from all 50 states to be involved, and he wants you to be involved. So tell him, Hank. I didn't mean to give you. I just basically ate up the whole thing. Sorry about that, but I was on a roll there.
No problem. I love it, man. We're down here in Nashville. A group of guys got together about a year ago and said, we got to do something for America. And we went to prayer, and the Lord gave us the idea of the Great American Prayer Revival, something that has never happened in American history, where we're going to attempt to do the first ever national revival in all 50 states at the same time. That has never happened before, and it is creating excitement all over the country. Every state has signed on and said, we're going to help you. We're going to do this. And it's the attempt to bring a Christian spiritual revival to America. Because as you well know, boy, we are in a mess in America. I mean, you turn on TV and you got chaos everywhere, rioting on the streets, cities burning, churches crashed. I mean, it is chaos all over the TV news. And we said, listen, we've got to do something. And what we have chosen to do is we're going to bring America back to Jesus through prayer, not through trying to burn down towns. And that's what we're facing. If we don't do something now, Rob, then we're going to have the consequences down the road. So I have told everybody I can come in contact with, I've said 2026 is going to be the year that the United States of America has to make up its mind just who's going to call the shots in America. It's either going to be Jesus or it's going to be chaos. Take your choice and get the consequences that go with it. And so we have said Jesus is a better way. We believe he's the way, the truth, and the life. So we are saying it in love, but we're not backing down. We're not going to beat anybody over the head with the Bible. We're just going to say that, listen, in truth, we love you, and Jesus is a better way. Instead of fussing and fighting, come to him. Let's get in prayer and work out the problems. And the people have resonated with that and said, that's a better idea. We love that. So we've got churches all over America participating. We've got people that are going to do their own prayer meetings in their own homes. It's going to be a prayer event, 4 days, starting March the 1st through the 4th, 2026. We're going to go 4 days with a revival all across the land, 20 20 days from now, and it is going to be awesome.
I think it's really exciting now. And the part I love about what you just said there, is that people don't have to travel, but you do have a neat place where you're going to be doing it. Tell everybody a little bit about that.
Oh, yes, that's a great idea. We're going to broadcast out of the Wonders Center just outside of Nashville. This is a cool place. A lot of people don't know about it. It's probably one of the best kept hidden secrets. It's one of the finest creation science museums in all of America, right here in Nashville. It's run by the David Reeves Ministry, and the idea is to show students that the Bible is true and you can prove it through science. And it's got everything from dinosaurs to meteorites. It's unbelievable. And they have a beautiful facility there for broadcasting. So we're going to use their facility and a live auditorium. We're going to kick off the Great American Prayer Revival in their facility, the Wonders Center in Dixon, Tennessee, just outside of Nashville. So that's where we're going to be.
We interviewed him last year, and interviewed him last year at NRB. What a cool dude, and what a cool place. And
Yeah.
I agree with you wholeheartedly. I think it's probably one of the most not used facilities, or not. I think if you had kids, it'd be one of the places to take them. How educational, how incredible. And now, and I was going to ask you this on the structure. So if somebody did want to come to Dixon, are you going to have events all 4 days there for people that want to come?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. If you want to come on. You can come on in the museum, and it's free of charge. You can be a part of the audience here in Nashville, Tennessee, and be a part of it. We start Sunday night, March the 1st, from 7 to 9. We'll broadcast live 2 hours all across America and all across the world. We'll live stream. You can watch it on Truth Plus is one of them, but we'll have it on all of the other platforms as well, because we want people all around the country to see that with prayer and with Jesus, we can have a better way. And so 4 days, start on Sunday night. That's Revival Sunday America. Monday night, we salute Gen Z with a salute to these young people that are on fire for Jesus. Tuesday night is the biggest night of the week, because that's when we're going to speak to the men. And we're going to say to the men, get up out of your lazy boy and let's go to work, man. We got a lot of work to do. And I love the dear ladies. So, but please understand, ladies, the men decide how things go. And if the men don't get fired up, then the ladies will suffer. The children will suffer. So as the men go, so our country goes. And that's why we are going to focus on Tuesday night to say to the men, guys, it's time to come out of your man cave and get back in charge and lead your family in Jesus. And you are so important. We got to have you. And then Wednesday night, we do a grand finale with a salute to the family, to tell moms we love you, put our arms around our moms and say thank you, and then celebrate children. To say, if you really want to do something great for America, give your heart to Jesus and go home and raise a family. When you do that, you can help our country.
And I think that one of the things that you touched on there, which I think is so important, is if there are several studies that are out there about men being proactive in their faith and how that goes down the line in a family, how that can change the lineage of a whole family, is if the dad is proactive in his faith and he's proactive in his church. And I don't care what church you go to, just be proactive in that church. I'm not here to advertise for one particular church, but be proactive in your church is a great example. So I love what you're doing. And so people can come all 4 days. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, correct?
Yes, it's 4 days. And the reason we chose 4 days is because anytime you have a revival, and Rob, because your dad was an evangelist, it takes a few days to get the mood right, and then everybody gets in pace, and then it really takes off. And we've already had churches tell us, listen, we're going to keep going because we think it's going to really break out. And that's our hope and prayer, is that through those 4 days that people all across America will get inspired to say, let's do something bigger. Let's try to reach our community during these days. And if everything by history goes as it should, when real revival breaks out, it does its own thing. It takes a life of its own, and it goes for about 2 to 3 weeks. So that's what we're praying for. And if that could happen in all 50 states, just imagine what that would do to the United States of America.
So, Hank, if there's a pastor listening right now or watching, sometimes they listen because they, it's like everyone, you have the TV on, but you're also working. How do they get involved? Let's say there's a pastor out there in some state and he's saying, hey, listen, Hank, this sounds like exactly what our church needs. How do they get involved?
Good question. First of all, we're asking every pastor in America and every pastor that can hear my voice, we're asking you on Sunday, March the 1st, preach on revival. Preach on what it is and then how to get it. Because a lot of people don't know what revival really is. And so we've got to tell them what it is, and then we've got to show them how to get it. And we're calling that Revival Sunday in America. And we're asking pastors everywhere, preach revival in all 50 states on that day, the only day of the year. If you'll preach revival on that, God will do something special, not only in your church, but in this entire country. And then if you want to really get further involved, go to our website. We have a great website. It's got a ton of stuff on there. And it's simply this. Jot it down. GAP, G-A-P, -event.org. That's gap-event.org. And you'll see all of that stuff come up, and you can pull down anything you need as far as study notes, as far as publicity, handouts. You can print them right there in your own office and just hand them out, because they'll do all of the work. That's what's happening across America. People are coming to that website and they're saying, wow, this is here. Man, we can use this stuff. Sure. Anything that you need to push Jesus as the Savior of the world, then you take it, use it, whatever you need. gap-event.org.
So I want to ask you a question, because this is I've like you, I've been a part of like ground level stuff where I was one of the starters. The TV network that you're on is one of those things. How did your immediate circle of friends take it when you came to them and said, hey, this is my idea? What do you think? How was that reaction?
Well, that's interesting. You said that. When we started our event, we did one event a year ago, about 2 years ago now, in 2024, when we called for the Great American Prayer event the night before the election. And that had never been attempted before either, where we called all 50 states into prayer. And we said, we're going to do one thing that's never been done in American history. We are going to have a massive prayer meeting across the nation the night before the election. And so we started that. We started at 6 o'clock on the East Coast, and it went all the way across. For the next 5 hours, we had all 50 states praying. We had hundreds of churches. It was a smashing success, and we only spent $500. And so my board came back and said, what do we do now? And we said, well, here's what I think we need to do. And I said, listen, the Lord gave us a reprieve in the election. Now he's saying you've got to rebuild the walls, because we need our faith restored. So here's what I'm recommending, that we now construct the Great American Prayer Revival, and 4 days in March of 2026. And my board looked at me and says, great, let's do it. And so we've been at it for over a year. I've been all over the country. I've spoken in nearly every state in the union, and everywhere I go, they get fired up, because they see, yes, this can work. And it's all about Jesus. I can do this. And so that's the exciting thing, Rob. The Great American Prayer Revival, I think, is the answer to the chaos that's going on TV.
Well, and Hank, you and I both know this. Right now, there's so much unrest. And when revival happens, it brings peace, it brings a comfort, and it changes the person's attitude, not just, and even if you're saved, even if you're already saved, going to a revival meeting will change your life. It changes your inner workings. It's like God rewires you again. And I think that's incredible. So, do you, for the Sunday night kickoff? Who do you have speaking?
Sunday night we have we're going to start with the Katinas. The Katinas are going to be our guest artists. They still open up for great acts like Amy Grant, and so they have a tremendous reputation and following all over America, and they're a family, and so they are perfect. They're going to open up the whole event for us. Then we've got so many guests lined up that are going to come on and teach us about revival, and so I'm going to save those for. I want you to watch it and see the ones that
There
are
you
coming up.
go.
You're going to love it. Then we're going to take you all across America live and let you see what they're doing in Maine and what's going on in Mississippi and what's up in Seattle, your hometown. We're gonna show America at prayer, and it's going to be in live, living color. So we're going to do the first ever national revival in American history. It's going to make history. Nobody's ever tried it. No one's ever done it. So it's going to be exciting to watch and see what happens.
Oh, and I think the interesting thing, because, and you stress this, and I do want to get back to this because I said pastors, but there's a lot of times just people, individuals that you're looking for that may want to do it at their house, or so this is not just for pastors.
Yeah.
We of course we want all the churches involved, but sometimes it may be somebody that individually says, "Man, this is really my heart. This is where I feel that I need to be." And they may invite 10, 15 people to come to their home and do this. And so I wanted to get that in and give them the website again, Hank.
Yeah, I mean, just for example, folks in Nebraska are going to do a rodeo. I mean, they're going, that's cowboy church, and they're going to part of this, and they said, we're going to do a rodeo. And so some communities are getting together to do wild game feasts. Some communities are getting together and they're going to rent the gymnasium and pile people in there. I mean, let the Lord lead you. He may lead you to pray at your home living room or do something in the community. This is the time to be bold and go for it, man. Let's show Jesus to everybody in our community. And if you want more, go back to the website. You can make your home there. We'd love to get to know you. It's gap-event.org, gap-event.org. You're always welcome. Take it, send it down the line, tell your pastor about it, tell your community. This is going to happen 20 days from today. It's awesome.
It's going to be awesome. Hank, thanks for being with us. Hang around behind backstage. I'm going to take you backstage, but I want to talk to you after we're done here. But Hank, appreciate it. Gap 26. Check out the website. Go be a part of this. I think it's going to be necessary. Thanks, Hank.
All right. Keep up the good work.
Wow. Time went by way too fast. And again, as always, seems like just every day is so much fun to hang out with you. Hope you're. Hey, listen, thanks for watching Across the Abundant TV network. We love you. Thanks for making it the #1 most watched Christian television network in the world, as far as app driven, and we appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow. Hey, this has been your morning break.